So today we are episode 9. In episode 9 we are discussing about the types of the neurons based on poles. Okay, types of the neurons based on the poles. So see, this is the nucleus, this is a cell body, right? And this is the nucleus. This is the nucleus, and this is here one structure, here this upward branches, here is the upward branches, and this one upward branches is giving rise to dendrites, and here below the downward structures is giving rise to axons, right? So here 1 2 3 4 5, basically more than 2 structures is coming, right? So we can call it as the multipolar neurons. Basically when more than 2 structures coming out, then we can call it as the multipolar neurons. Where are these multipolar neurons located? So these are located in the cerebral cortex. Multipolar neurons are located in the cerebral cortex. See, when we cut down the cerebral cortex into two halves, we have got gray matter and the white matter. Gray matter. Gray matter, what is gray matter? Gray matter is a collection of the cell bodies, right? Gray matter is the collection of the cell bodies, and the white matter is the collection of the axons. Okay? So gray matter is the collection of the cell bodies, and the white matter is the collection of the axons. So multipolar neuron, you will find multipolar neurons on 3 structures. What are they? Number 1, we find on the cerebral cortex. Cerebral cortex, gray matter. Number 2 is cerebellar cortex. Cerebral and cerebellar. Cerebellar cortex, gray matter. And number 3 is the anterior horn of the spinal cord. Cerebral cortex, cerebellar cortex, anterior horn of the spinal cord. See, this is a picture of the spinal cord, okay? And when we cut into two halves, when we cut this spinal cord into two halves, it gives rise to anterior or ventral part, or posterior or dorsal part. Anterior part is also called as a ventral part, and the posterior is also called as dorsal part. So anterior and the posterior. So this and this green coloring, this area is the posterior part, and this blue area, this all blue area is the anterior or the ventral part. Okay, so this posterior part is green color. So all the neurons of the green color, that is all the neurons of the posterior spinal cord, is called as the sensory neurons. Neurons of the posterior or the dorsal part of the spinal cord is called as the sensory neurons, whereas this blue color, this is the anterior part, right? So all the neurons of the anterior part of the spinal cord or the ventral part are the motor neurons. Posterior, sensory, anterior is the motor neurons, which will innervate muscles. Motor neurons will innervate the muscles, okay? See, so what I am telling you is that anterior horn of the spinal cord, all this nucleus is, this is the anterior, right? And this is the posterior. So this nucleus of the anterior side. So all the neurons of the anterior horn of the spinal cord is the multipolar neurons, okay? I want to explain you this is that all the nucleus of the anterior horn of the spinal cord, anterior horn is this part, right? This part, and the nucleus belonging to this part is the multipolar neurons. Thank you.